Clayton, I want to thank you for coming to camp. My name is Thad Johnson with ABC, and I'm going to be doing a pitching lesson with you here today. I'm going to take your delivery frame by frame, talk about a couple different things. First off, we have you in the balanced position right here, or nearing the balanced position, and I want to just, say that, from a weight standpoint, you're in a very, very good spot. You're not too far out over your front leg. You really sit strong on the backside, which is very, very good. You don't creep forward. Okay, and this is just something that as you get older, you want to make sure that you always stay on your back foot all the way to the top of your delivery, and don't come forward until you get to the top. Now this is going to be if you're doing a high leg lift or a low leg lift. So that's a good job right there. That's a balance. Now we get to the directional phase of the delivery, and what I like to see, and you're doing a great job of this, is a slight tilt in the hips. Okay, and with a slight tilt in the hips, you're going to keep your top half. Your top half is going to be level all the way throughout your delivery. Okay, and you're going to hang on to those hips, that hip tilt or that hip leg, okay, as long as you can until your foot starts to until you start to put your foot down on the ground. So you're going to maintain it until about right here, and then it'll start to level out. Now the one thing we're going to take a look at here is your glove, okay, and the strength of your front side. Your glove side needs to be strong all the way through, okay, your delivery, and everything's going good. You're in a good position right here as you lift your arm up, and now pay attention to your glove here. And what I'd like to see it get somewhere up in this area right here, and really get it off your shoulder, get it off your chest. When it hangs out down below where it is right now, it just tends to be weak. Your front side's going to want to open up early, and it's not going to stay closed. And as we move you through right here, as you can see, you're just losing it. You're losing your front side. It's allowing your top half to open up with your lower half at the same time. And what we need to see here, Clayton, is a slight degree of separation between your hips and your shoulders when you begin the rotational part of your delivery, or the delivery part. So just to explain that a little bit, your hips, okay, your hips are going towards home plate, the beginning part of your directional part of your delivery, okay, and your shoulders are going towards home plate. What happens is when your foot lands and you're in the foot strike position right here, the foot land position, okay, your hips are going to want to open up before your top half, before your shoulders. All right, and if they open up at the same time, it's going to cause a fly open delivery, and it's going to cause you to fall off to the left. Okay, and it's not going to allow you to stay through the pitch cleanly and execute a quality pitch as much as you'd like. So what you need to work on is just at foot strike. Okay, you're going to put yourself in a position like this. You can do this on the flat ground, and you're just going to start swiveling your hips, almost like you would when you hit, and you're going to keep your top half in this position right here, and you're going to open up your hips. You're just going to kind of rotate open your belt buckle. If you're to have a belt buckle on, or your belly button, you're going to start to open that up towards home plate, and you're going to try to keep your top half of your shoulders closed and try to get those things to separate a little bit. I like to think of it as almost a rubber band, and you're just pulling the rubber band as tight as you can, okay, and you're releasing it. You're storing up all that energy in your core as your hips open up prior to your top half. So it's just one thing to work on. Another thing I want to note out here on at foot strike, okay, is when your foot, when we land, ideally what we'd like to see is we'd like to see your obviously your back foot, your right foot up against this rubber, okay? And we'd like to see a straight line through. We'd like to see a straight line to the target, okay? And your left foot is going to be parallel to that line, and hopefully it will be straight on that line. And what you're going to see here, Clayton, is I move forward, you're going to be a little closed off in your front side, okay? What you need to see that whole side of your foot, the whole side of your instep, and less of your less of the outside of your foot right here. And what this is going to allow you to do is completely rotate over. I want you to take a look at something, because when you rotate over to throw, okay, your front side is blocked off a little bit because your foot's not turned and your toe's not completely pointed towards the target. And what this is going to cause you to do is not get your front side. It's not going to allow you to finish. And as you can see, the profile of your delivery right here is kind of headed off. It's headed off in this direction, okay, towards the trees over here. You got to understand that your body's moving at a high rate of speed, and you need your lower half is going to absorb a lot of that energy forward, and so you're going to be able to rotate, okay, around this leg. And so the best way to allow your body to rotate around this axis in the front is to have your foot, okay, in a good place, with your left foot in a good place. As you can see, it's a little closed off, and it'll take you forward a little bit more, and you're gonna really kind of get your delivery clogged up to fall off to the left side right here, as opposed to just being a balanced finish on top of that left leg. So, the beginning, to back up to the beginning, you want to have a balance at the beginning of the delivery. You also want to have a balance at the end of the delivery. And so if you have two axes, one at the top here, okay, and you've got one at the end. Your body wants to be there's this, you're holding the center of gravity over this line at the beginning by the rubber, and you're also holding the center of gravity after the pitch, okay, on your release. And really what our guys work on at the college level is we do a delivery with our eyes closed, okay, and they just, at this point in time, they go ahead and just close their eyes, they lift into a balanced position, they hold on to that position at the top with their eyes closed for about 3 seconds. Allows them to feel, and when you first start doing it, what you're going to feel is a lot of instability and a lack of balance. You're going to almost fall over. And then as they move forward, they still keep their eyes closed. They move forward, and they stop at what I call the loaded position. Okay, they stop at the loaded position, which is right when their foot comes down, right here. So again, they stop when their foot comes down. And what they'll do is they'll open up their eyes from time to time. They'll check their foot placement. They'll make sure everything's in a good position. They'll close their eyes again, and they'll finish off the delivery. And this is all for feel. This is all getting your brain and your mind to understand what your body's doing to deliver a pitch. It's real easy to do when your eyes are open, but can you do it when your eyes are closed? And really all the balance elements of the delivery really take over with your eyes closed, and you can really start to feel the different muscles in your lower half and your upper half working. And then they'll go close their eyes and finish off the pitch. So another great drill to work on, Clayton, is to go ahead and it's called a T-line drill. And if you're on the flat ground, what you're going to do is you draw yourself a top of the tee, the rubber, okay, and then you will draw a straight line directly out in front of you. just, all you're doing is you're picking your leg up at the top of the delivery and putting it back down as you deliver a pitch, and you're just going to do this without a ball. As you deliver a pitch, you just work on striding, stepping on that line, making sure that your foot is completely open, your toe and your whole foot is parallel to that line, and just runs right alongside of it, hopefully on top. And you just work on this immediate feedback, okay, an immediate feedback of where your foot is being placed as you deliver the pitch. And then lastly, another great drill to really make sure that you're getting through the pitch and staying on line and not falling to the left or the right is to do a towel drill. You have a partner stand right out in front of you, okay, or you just hang something off of a fence, and you need to just slap your hand against it. Slap your hand against a glove, or slap your hand against, or have a towel in your hand and slap the towel against a target or a glove directly out in front of you. And if that target is maintained in the same spot every time, and you're taking off, from the tee line or from the rubber every time, you should always hit that towel, or excuse me, you should always hit that target in front of it. So, Clayton, I want to thank you for coming to camp, and I hope that you learned a little bit here, and hopefully you can take some of this stuff and apply it to your game, and you'll be better for it. So thank you again. Look forward to seeing you out there again sometime soon.